Let me start with
no matter where you are, even if you're on a distant star, reach you without fail.
Wake you up. Will not fade.
What's going on, everybody?
The sand inside your heart. Oh my God. Well,
Virtua Fighter 5 Revo coming soon. I think it's already out.
yeah, I think it's already out. Wonderful game. I think people are getting really excited about what's going to happen with Sega. You know, they're doing like a little shift in the FGC. You know, like there's like a culture shift going on. You know, what's going on there? It's a little scary.
Well, before we get into it, I just want to say that we have skipped a number here. We've gone from 48 to 50. We had our anniversary episode. It was like 3 hours long of us just dicking around and playing games. Mainly Resident Evil 5 was the only game we played. Well, you played.
Yeah, I played it.
And
Enemies were routed.
I have to edit that video. It's going to take a long time before I get to finishing that. So stay tuned for that. But anyway, we had our anniversary, our 1 year anniversary of the podcast.
It's never getting released, guys. It's just too raunchy. I'm sorry, man. It's just too much.
I gotta bleep out 5 words.
You gotta bleep out. Yeah, you gotta bleep out everything. You know. We had midget strippers. You know, we did things. It was terrible.
Let's relax. Let's relax for a few minutes. Yeah, maybe we should skip the first thing that I'm gonna pull up just before we do that.
Skip what? What were you gonna skip?
So the YouTube censors don't cancel us right away.
What were you gonna skip? What were you gonna skip?
We'll get back to it.
All right. I just want to make sure.
Soon.
All right. Soon. Okay. Where are we going now? Why is this guy still talking about the sand that is stuck forever in your heart? What do you mean by having sand in my heart?
Such a catchy tune. So, let's bring up the first story of the evening. And if you guys are not aware of what we do here, we talk about games and we like to meme around and be silly. So sit back, relax, and enjoy the show. Here we are with the first story. We got a press release from EA.
Nah, man, you messed up. What you were supposed to talk about is El Jefe, the president. You were
No.
supposed to talk about him.
We'll talk about that in a minute. Let's avoid
El Jefe.
YouTube getting angry at us, potentially.
Que ellos están enojados porque yo quiero hablar del jefe. El jefe es mi presidente. Él manda aquí, aquí mismo. Él manda. En este caso, lo respetamos a Jesucristo y el jefe.
Don't start with this. Oh my God. Ah, fuck.
I got a chuckle out of him. Holy shit, it's rare. It's rare that I do that.
Oh my God. All right. Let me read a little bit of this. This is from EA, a press release from Q3.
Before you start, can you provide some context? Like, what is it that you're showing to the viewers? This is a press release from EA. You know, give me the gestalt. You know, you don't have to actually really give me the gestalt. What happened?
Well, this is EA just kind of discussing what their financial expectations were for the year and how it went.
Are they losing money?
Well, let's read a little bit of this.
Oh, come on, man.
EA's initial guidance for fiscal year 2025 anticipated mid-single-digit growth in live services net bookings. However, the company now projects a mid-single-digit decline, with global football accounting for the majority of the change. You like how they have that? They were expecting more from a live services. Oh boy, the live services. We really need to up those numbers in the live services, guys.
Which doesn't make sense because at least from EA perspectives, they still have the EA Sports license, and they are in control of a lot of those games, if I'm correct. I know some of it is 2K, I think, for the basketball, but I think Madden is still EA at the end of the day. And a couple other stuff. Do people even still play Madden? Is Madden even a thing? Am I showing my age as a fucking boomer?
I have no knowledge of this topic.
No, but there's
For
Madden.
sports games, I have no idea what's going on over there.
No, the reason why I'm trying to point that out is because a lot of the sports games do still sell very well. I mean, it's not no secret. Konami has, what is it, Pro Evolution Soccer.
Mm-hmm.
That's that's always been one of their main bread and butters. Like, no matter when they release it, it's going to be 1 million sales out the gate. Like that those are just guaranteed legacy sales. And the same can be said for EA. They do have certain sports games that are just guaranteed legacy sales. They're always going to be in that 1 million range, somewhere. But the fact that they're shifting, they want to focus more on these live service models, these games that focus a little bit more on battle passes, these different types of achievements or incentives, to keep the players hooked. You play those little
Waste
small
your
pricey in
time.
there. You waste your fucking time.
Make you logged in for as long as possible. Make the file size of the game real big so it competes with your hard drive. Yeah, they do a lot of shit like that.
Yeah. It's terrible. So they didn't have to do any of that. They could have, if they were smart, they could have kept releasing DLC for some of the Madden. They didn't have to make it a yearly thing. But obviously every year, no, we need the new Madden, or we need the new 2K and everything else, and it works well. It's fine. That's why a live service model won't work for those customers, because they're already expecting the newer game coming out to come out next year.
The new sports game comes out, they buy it, they plug it in, the UI changes, and nothing else changes except for
nothing else changes.
What team who somebody's on.
Just the interface. The interface changes. That's it. Nothing else changes.
The music in the main menu.
It's not like in the PS2 games where a lot of those,
they got rid of all my P. Diddy songs. What happened?
Oh, don't you start. Yeah, it's not like in the and that's another big deal, that a lot of those older PS2 titles that people are requesting to be put on the PlayStation Network, on Xbox Marketplace, they're never going to come out. Why? Because of the music licensing. And a lot of those companies now, they want their money. All right, they want their residuals or whatever the hell they call it.
Yeah.
Let's be realistic now. Uncle Sam wants his fucking piece. Let's not kid ourselves. But and that's why they keep giving us shitty products. A lot of those older mechanics that were, innovative at the time. What was it? I forgot what Madden mechanic when it first came out, which was a big deal. It was like. Anyways, let's move along. Please. I apologize. Let's move along. But
I just want to pull up that Global Football is a collection of football games and events, including FIFA, esports, college football, and Field the Future.
Field of the Future. Yeah, that's like their other college stuff, and because I believe there's one for like the high school people, the kids, like the D1 stuff. Like there are games for them.
Might be that Field the Future one.
Yeah.
All right, let's continue here.
Yes, they've always had like the license for all those companies, they've always had them in control, but the live service model, it's not going to work. You conditioned them, just like in Street Fighter 6, you conditioned them to use the drive rush.
Oh no.
Damn, that's a third chuckle I got out of you. What's going on today?
Fuck you.
What's going on here?
I just wanted to get to this one part in this article. You won't let me.
All right. Okay.
Global Football had experienced 2 consecutive fiscal years of double-digit bookings net growth. However, the franchise experienced a slowdown as early momentum in the fiscal third quarter did not sustain through to the end. As a result, EA revises its outlook for Global Football to end the fiscal year down mid-single-digit midpoint of the new outlook. Here's the interesting part we're all here for. Separately, Dragon Age engaged approximately 1.5 million players during the quarter. Now, to me, that ain't a bad number. But
that's a standard number. That's a standard EA number. Like, please keep this in mind. That's why I'm mentioning the football properties, the FIFAs, everything else. Those are standard EA numbers. Like, you would expect that for an EA product.
Apparently,
regardless of
it was
of the game.
Down nearly 50% from the company's expectations.
That's insane. So only 400K players are playing Dragon Age. Still a good number.
No, no.
400K is still a good number.
I guess they were expecting more sales, not just people. I don't think they really care about people playing the game. Although that number has gone off of a cliff for sure.
But was Dragon Age presented as a live service model or just a standalone package with DLCs eventually coming out along the way?
I'm pretty sure that shit has DLC on it. Yeah. Playing 19 minutes ago, 3,809.
Actually, those are fighting game numbers. That's not bad.
All-time peak 60,000. 24-hour peak 5,500.
That's like Blaze Blue on a Friday, back in like 2012. Like,
well, this is a game that came out 4 months ago, so
no, I get it.
For an all-time peak, they were probably expecting a little bit more. I hate to do this, but I'm gonna bring up Elden Ring.
That was perfectly fine.
Let's just say, what if it got half their all-time peak? All right, yeah. Yeah, okay. It in terms of all-time peak, did fine. Did pretty fine. And sales-wise, half of what they were expecting. Oh no, this is a way lower number. Never mind. It's only 60. Oh boy. Oof. Yeah. Well.
But you got to remember, we don't have the numbers for PlayStation. Did this game come out on PlayStation 5 and Xbox One?
I think so, for sure, probably.
But we also don't have those numbers on hand. Another thing to keep in mind.
Yeah, it's not. Veilguard.
Yeah, it's on PS5. You can see on the bottom. Yeah, and Xbox. Yeah. Yeah. So it's on the other multi-platforms. You would think that more players will be playing it on PC. To get like the more optimization.
A better game for me to compare that to would have been the Baldur's Gate. Let me pull that up real quick.
Baldur's Gate. That's another shit show. You're right.
No, that did very well. Baldur's Gate.
No, but like the controversy behind the
game still did well.
But it's Baldur's Gate. Baldur's Gate is always going to be a good game. That's a brand name. Brand name. You typed in Binding of Isaac.
Oh no. How do you spell Baldur's Gate?
B-A-L.
I feel retarded. Oh, Baldur's. Okay, spelled like
Baldur's
that.
Gate.
Put a U in there. It doesn't belong.
I told you, B-A-L-D-U-R-S. Baldur's Gate.
Sorry, guys. I'm a boomer who doesn't know what's going on. So even theirs was close to 1 million all-time peak. So Dragon Age is sitting at a fraction of this number, which, if they were competitive with Baldur's Gate, at least half, that'd be cool. A quarter
more
maybe.
People playing Baldur's Gate.
It's not even close. Yeah, this is
pretty telling.
The people playing Baldur's Gate right now is more than their all-time peak, and this is on Steam. Yeah, we got the caveats. It's on Steam, so it's not the full picture. Maybe there's a lot of console players who like the Dragon Age, but it just seems like more of a PC type of game. But it is down 50% what they're expecting. I don't know how close to 50 is that. 41%? Is that? Would they even say if it's 40%? Like, have to go by what they're saying here. It's still not good. So as a result, reading the article again, EA is providing preliminary results for its third fiscal quarter and updating its fiscal year 2025 net bookings outlook. It now expects net bookings of approximately $2.2 billion for the third fiscal quarter and an updated range of $7 billion to $7.15 billion for the fiscal year.
So are they already taking into account the losses? Are they projecting new sales to come in? That's the real question.
Sorry, come again?
No, what I'm saying is EA, like from off that statement alone, is EA already making an adjustment where they're taking account for the losses, or they're waiting for those new upcoming sales?
I mean, they probably adjusted their... I don't even know. Like, what do they have in the What do they have in the oven right now, as far as games are concerned?
That's a good question. I don't know.
EA. Oh, The Sims. Games coming soon. Here we go. Split Fiction.
Split
That won't
Fiction.
do well. Plants vs Zombie. That won't do well. My Sims Cozy. That won't do. Well,
That's it?
and by not doing well, I just mean it won't break any records. It might do well in its range for what it's expecting.
That's it? That's all they're expecting, really?
Coming soon, yeah.
Wow.
I don't even know what
So
the hell
yeah,
Split Fiction is. This looks like crap.
things are looking grim for EA right now.
Yeah, it's. I mean, I don't know. I assume the company wouldn't go under just from Dragon Age, you know.
No, they're not. I mean, this is a multi-billion-dollar company.
You
But
got
they're
a
not
lot of
doing any
fires
good
in
right
the
now.
oven. You know, they got a lot of shit going on.
They're not doing too good right now. And these type of games that are being released that don't have any real longevity, you know, how do you move forward as a developer? And we're seeing this more and more now where a game gets released. Some are live service models, some aren't. It's a flavor of the month for maybe, you know, that, like, yeah, it's a flavor of the month. And then the game just falls off. That's it. It's never played again. You know, are they just expecting like just those first batch of sales? You know, it's not like
I
before.
imagine like, you know, like when they have a live service game. I imagine even the smallest bit that they get back is paying for like the maintenance of it. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Because this is my speculation. I imagine if it's a live service model, they're making a lot of it for what they're putting into it. And maybe I'm wrong about that, and we'll talk about that when it gets back to another game that was a live service game.
Yeah.
During Q3, we continue to deliver high-quality games and experiences across our portfolio. However, Dragon Age and EA Sports FC25 underperformed our net bookings expectation, Andrew Wilson, CEO of EA, said. This month, our teams delivered a comprehensive gameplay refresh in addition to our annual Team of the Year update in FC25. Positive player feedback and early results are encouraging. We remain confident in our long-term strategy and expect a return to growth in fiscal year 26 as we execute against our pipeline. We continue to balance investment for future growth with operational discipline and remain committed to EA's long-term financial framework, said Stuart Canfield, CFO of EA. As we look to fiscal year 26, we expect to grow as we launch more of our iconic franchises.
Like what? Like, they're actually. This is another thing. Are companies realizing that, listen, nostalgia was selling very well? Maybe we should be going back to some of our older properties and bringing those.
A lot of Sims and a lot of sports games. Not much else.
No, but EA does have some original titles, like the Road Rage title. Like that on PS5 would be amazing.
As far as
but
like
they're not
recent
thinking that
games,
far.
recent original games that they've had that I've known of that's on this page even is Wild Hearts, which was like a Monster Hunter type of clone.
Okay.
And from what I understand, it's on sale. From what I understand, this wasn't a bad game. It was fine. EA Monster Hunter. Damn, it's on sale.
Yeah,
Look.
like
I'll buy that shit.
like EA published a lot of games on the Sega Genesis.
What are you saying right now? EA published a lot of games.
I'm saying that EA was known for like publishing a lot of games on the Sega. Yeah, like they did. What was it? They published Shadow of the Beast. What was it? John Madden Football.
You're looking into the
Uh,
past. We got to look into the future.
they did LHX Attack Chopper, which was like a helicopter simulator, and they can bring stuff like that back. That's what I'm saying.
What the hell is this? I have never seen this.
Skate or Die is another game that EA has. Ski or Die was another one. Yeah, I forgot they did these. Yeah, this is all EA. Wow.
What is this? This looks bad.
So they could definitely. Shadow of the Beast. They did
Oh god, this looks horrible. Why are you making me watch this?
No, they published stuff. I didn't make you watch anything, bro.
Ugh.
I was naming the good stuff. Like you could have looked up Might and Magic 2, Gates to Another World. That's another one that EA published. Oh, that's crazy. EA helped publish Rings of Power for Naughty Dog. That's crazy. That's a reach history. Why don't EA collaborate with Naughty Dog to bring that game back? You see how these fucking people don't do any research, and they're just like, no, we're gonna give you Uncharted, but this time it's with zombies. You know, like, come on, man, guys, come make a fucking original game. What the fuck, man?
I've never heard of this. No one's ever heard of this. What is this? The only reason I know anything about Rings of Power is because there's a fucking two seasons of Lord of the Rings show on Amazon called Rings of Power.
No, this is a different Rings of Power right here.
This is the true Rings of Power. I don't know what's going on here. The true
Rings of Power. Yeah, look, they could have done Desert Strike Return to the Gulf. Hey, look up this game right here.
I feel like you're trolling.
Return to the Gulf. No, I'm being serious. I'm actually naming EA games, and you think I'm insane. Desert Strike Return to the Gulf. Yeah, for the Sega Genesis, yeah.
This is why you're invaluable to this show, because you will bring it back to this old shit that no one has ever heard of.
Yeah, why does EA refuse to look at their older titles? They have a vast library.
Because they got The Sims and they got FIFA. Who cares?
What a lot of people don't know is that they bought up a lot of other companies also.
Kill the school bus. Kill the school bus. Let's go. Do it. No, you want
They're in control of a lot of properties. And they refuse. To bring a lot of stuff.
I'm not gonna lie, the helicopter spray looks very nice.
Yeah, they did the Ultima series.
Oh, those are.
They're responsible. Yeah, they didn't do it. That was Origin Systems, but they helped publish it. Is what I mean.
Publish. Fuck off.
Nah, man. So what? They were there.
I mean, yeah, that's part of their portfolio or whatever, but I don't know. All I really wanted to bring up was that Dragon Age was not doing well. Oh, I forgot to pull up the video of the game. Kept pulling up the article.
Actually, Mutant League Football is another game that was supposed to be released to future consoles, and it never did. It got canceled, if I'm right. Now that I think about it.
We can get into some of the speculation of, and I'm not a Dragon Age player, but there were a lot of videos that came out before the release of the game that leaked a lot of cringe dialogue, bad acting, and gameplay that was not up to par with the expectations of long-term fans of the Dragon Age series. And we pulled this up with some of the trailers earlier, and I said at the time, just looks like a kind of like a Dark Souls kind of game. It just looks very generic action RPG, third person, whatever. Didn't look that compelling. I was like, I don't know. Looks fine, I guess. Maybe Dragon Age players will like it. And from what we've seen, they didn't like it, and that might explain why some of the sales didn't continue to grow in their fiscal year or whatever the hell.
I mean, to be quite honest, I don't want to put the blame on the negative press, because obviously it sold 1.5, so people wanted to see what was going on.
Yeah, because Baldur's Gate had a lot of negative stuff too when it came out,
and that game did very well.
Must be something else going on here that's like people are not enjoying. I mean, I don't know, like, it's so hard to tell these days when you see a video of a game. Like, you think one thing's happening, and then you play the game, and it's like not at all what it was.
False advertisement, as they say.
Not false advertisement, but just like if I look at a fighting game, I can kind of break down what's happening, you know?
Okay.
But when it's a game like this, the character is like moving around a lot, and like I don't know, is that like a combo you're doing, or is that like one animation that's just playing out? Like, is this an action type of game? Are there meaningful decisions being made here? Like, I have no idea, you know? It's a little harder to break these games down these days.
They look very
From
generic, all
visuals.
of them. They all look generic.
Because
They
like
look
that,
generic and
this
terrible.
this same gameplay that we were watching just now, like, you could make this very compelling, and you
Wow.
could also make it not compelling. Like the visuals are, like, who knows if this is actually good or not. Like, I don't know. Like some of the
It looks
most
like you're-
compelling, like Final Fantasy 12 gameplay that I've played in my time, like low level games and stuff, it was boring as shit. But I'm like super engaged. I'm like looking at all the positioning of the enemies. It's a little harder to tell with this type of stuff. Like, what is he doing here
Right.
in this menu? Is he planning something, or is he just mashing buttons? I have no idea.
It's a very basic 3D game with minimal environment interaction.
Like,
You know,
do you do anything
small
with your
explorers here and there.
partners here? Do you like teach them anything?
Just-
Or are they
it's
just
just your party.
mindless? Are they just mindless NPCs there with given stats already? Or like, I have no idea. If I played
this
this
is
game,
another thing.
I could tell you more deeply, and I'm not gonna lie and say that I know what the hell this is. You know.
No, you're fine. Another thing I wanted to point out is that it's funny how no one wants to admit that Kingdom Hearts pretty much set the standard for how action RPGs were going to be played moving forward, and like everybody kept trying to like reinvent the wheel, so forth, try to make it more simplistic or more complex or whatever. But they pretty got it down, very well. There's no reason to really change the formula, and you see a lot of these RPGs are trying to mimic that.
Yeah, because you could say that the first Kingdom Hearts resembles Dark Souls a lot, even.
It does. It does with the rolling and everything else. Yeah, it
Mhm.
is. And
The
you gotta
rolling
understand,
and the parry.
and Kingdom Hearts, yes, the parries, and Kingdom Hearts came out at a time period which what were the other action games, the Devil May Cries and then Ninja Gaidens.
Mhm.
You know,
Yeah.
so like
More faster,
they're part of the
combo-based ones.
yeah, they're part of the same cloth. They're all there. A lot of people don't want to admit this shit. So it's sad, where the industry is going, where we lose certain mechanics that were already established, certain
So,
programming ideas, as they say. But no, I'll let you interject. I'm sorry.
well, I want to change topics a little bit. So if you have more to say about that, you can keep going.
No, go ahead, change it.
So, do you think that companies now are going to take these kind of risks that they took with this game in terms of the narrative of the game? Because that was a lot of the controversy, right? A lot of the cringe dialogue got leaked, and the fact that it was in the game still, there were worse examples when the people got the full game, from what I understand.
Does
Do you
controversy truly sell?
Do you think these games are going to do that? Or do you think we have entered a new era of media now that the zeitgeist has kind of shifted because a particular somebody got into office of the United States?
Oh, so ahora yo puedo hablar del jefe. Ahora yo puedo hablar del presidente.
30 minutes in, folks, we got to the
Es que yo quería hablar del primero. Porque él está haciendo un cambio aquí mismo en este mundo. Él está limpiando.
For the English speakers, please.
No. Well, yeah, it is. That's something. I mean, since the man, I mean, it's all right. Ladies and gentlemen, it's Donald Trump. Whether you hate him, you like him, you support him, you believe in the QAnon stuff. Yeah, you're indifferent, whatever, blah, blah, blah. All right. He's our president. Let's get over it, all right? Let's move along now. And some people are asking themselves, now that he is president, are we seeing a culture shift of some sort, within the gaming landscape? or the media landscape and so forth. And some people are saying that's because of some of the things that he signed, whether it's related to the DEI hires or what was it, the gender discussion itself. I would touch that very lightly, to be very honest, because
Well, it's interesting.
it's a very touchy topic,
It's
but it
interesting
is
because,
related to gaming because
well,
it did take a hold of gaming, to be quite honest.
I don't think those companies that do it in gaming, the DEI stuff, I don't think they're going to stop anytime soon. I think they're going to continue their DEI practices for all these studios.
I mean, they were exposed when Sweet Baby Incorporated, was pretty much revealed as the main investor
They're
for all of
too
these games and the
ingrained.
consultant. Yeah, they were the investors and the consultant. And like you said, yeah, they're too ingrained at this point. They were the main ones that were giving direction for a lot of these companies. And some of those games that did get released with some of those people a part of those projects were successful at the end, you know? Street
I think
Fighter 6, wink, wink.
I think what we're gonna see is these people still in charge, these people still doing the same hiring practices. But what we might see is that they might, my opinion, they might tone down some of their messaging a little bit.
I don't think the messaging would get toned down at all. I think some of it will get ramped up. I think some companies have already made their voices very clear about the man,
Mm-hmm.
you know? And then you have the Japanese where they really don't give a shit. At this point they're a little disappointed with the direction that the Americans have taken the industry. And some of them are now attempting to step forward,
Where are you getting
and
that
turn
from?
the tide. Where I'm getting that from? Oh no, the Japanese talk. I hear things in the streets.
In the streets of
I
New
hear
York, you
things
hear
in the
the Japanese
Hey, the
talking.
Japanese, they talk and they chat, they tell me. I go to the bar, talk with the Japanese there. But they're no, but
Do
what I'm saying is that
It's a magical place.
It is a magical place.
Niggas getting blown up. In USA.
yes, they do. They say that all the time, actually. No, no, because I'm asking myself. Recently, Sony made an announcement that they made this. I believe his name is Hideaki Nishino, the
Yeah,
sole
but
CEO.
it just seems to
I
be
know
them
it's a
restructuring a little bit. I like until we
which seems like a
see.
nothing burger. I know it seems like a nothing burger.
Yeah, we
but I'll
talked
let you
about it
speak.
before the camera started rolling. But if we see big changes from Sony, then I'll be like, okay, let's go back and see what happened here. But for the time being, it just seems like they're restructuring the CEO type positions. It seems like that guy still has a lot of say in the company. So I don't know. We'll have to wait and see on that one.
I mean, those games have not been performing successfully at all, and we've seen some of the cancellations of some of the live service games on Sony's end, and now they're choosing to switch direction and look at some of their older IPs, which is why I asked the question: is EA going to do the same? Because that seems to be the same model for everyone right now. Whatever live service that they tried to release, it's pretty much canceled now. And I'm not trying to say, oh, it's a coincidence now that this guy's in office. I'm just asking, there's a shift that's happening right now. All these games that they tried to push fucking failed. What's gonna happen now moving forward? What's to really expect?
Well, these
I'll-
games have a long dev time, so if there is any changes, how
We're
soon
not gonna
will we
see it in this
see it?
presidency, right? Yeah,
I mean,
we're not gonna see it in this presidency.
you could say
Fuck
we
that.
are seeing it a little bit, maybe with Assassin's Creed, where the reception has not been great, and they've delayed the game twice now.
And that's a good topic to point out because Assassin's Creed was one of those games that people felt that was a DEI woke game. I don't want to use that verbiage, but that was the online consensus for a lot of people. There were certain writers, for some of these gaming publications trying to put the narrative that no, that isn't true. This is still a good Assassin's Creed game. We have Yusuke, the samurai and his partner, the ninja guy. I didn't even know her name because they
I think it's
completely ignored her.
something with the N. I think her name
Yeah,
is.
you see, you don't even know because they completely ignored it. Everybody talked about Yusuke. They were up in arms at this idea of a black samurai roaming around Japan, killing people. And there was other individuals that were providing historical context, and the Yusuke did
Why did they
exist.
make him black and cover him in armor? I can't even see what he is.
Oh my God! Don't you start. And from a design perspective, no, you're right. Yeah, because he looks like a ghost or a zombie. Yeah. So what were they really trying to show off? Yeah. No, I get it. And then like
Like
just the
for all
lighting that they
this,
were
they could have
doing.
made scrap all this and just make like an Afro Samurai type game. Do their own thing. Nobody would even get mad at that. But the fact that they hit it from Assassin's Creed, which has a lot of historical references and such, you're just asking the autists to start combing through everything and doing more research than they normally would for this topic,
I mean,
and pointing you out on
no,
all your dumb shit.
no, it's fine. And some people would argue, would a game like Afro Samurai be culturally sensitive? In our environment now.
I think as long as it's fiction, I don't think anyone cares. I think it would do well.
Because there is that rise of like the black anime characters, especially for like the younger kids. Like they do want a product like that. So I don't know if they were trying to promote this game for that crowd because they got the opposite reaction. Some of them are pissed, some of them are different, some just don't care at all. But for a person like me, I don't think any of it is accurate. Accurate. The last good Assassin's Creed game was Assassin's Creed 2, and that's pretty much been it. Like, I stopped playing it. Like I moved on.
I wonder
It's not.
what their delays are for this game. Like I don't know the specifics, but and maybe they'll say one thing, but it's truly another, and they won't say what the reason they're delaying the game is. I think the first delay was that the game was very unfinished, and I think the second delay now is that they realize that they're going to be competing with Monster Hunter Wilds on their
Oh
release
shit!
date.
Yeah. That's a good thing to point out. Too. And Monster Hunter Wilds is another live service shit show model.
We'll get into that in a sec.
Yeah. But yeah, but in terms of this game, I don't like the design direction. They just recently
Yeah.
released a video talking about the what was it, the cutting mechanics, and then some people were up in roar showing older games that had a far superior, cutting mechanics in terms of like interacting with the environment, environment destruction and so forth. These were
Yeah.
things that a lot of the older games had. That was a standard. All these games had to have it, and it's like now it's non-existent, and people are asking themselves, what happened to these older mechanics? Like we've spoken about it, like the older styles of baked-in lighting where they weren't actually using ray tracing, or like the elements in like the water where you would actually be able to see the reflection of the environment that's around you, and like regardless where you were in the camera angle, everything will reflect seamlessly. Even like the wave motion in the water itself, like that was a big deal in
Well,
those
here's the thing:
original
you had a lot
3D
of
presentations. Sorry.
at the time you had a lot of innovators in the 3D gaming space, a lot of
Yeah.
technical artists and programmers, and they were doing cutting edge stuff in their field, in the field of games and stuff, right? Let's say.
Yeah.
And a lot of those people now have moved on to other businesses, movies,
No,
like maybe bigger game projects that we have
some of
yet
them,
to see, or
yeah, some of them own their
retired
own
even.
companies or like presidents to other companies. No, I know.
Yeah, presidents to like smaller budget companies, or where
Yeah.
they can't even do the stuff they were doing before, the cutting edge stuff, perhaps.
Yeah.
And a lot of them also retired, or maybe just doing contract work. Like, there's a lot of things that might go into that, because now you have a lot of new blood, and they're being put on these established games, and maybe they're doing more harm to the project overall than good. I don't know.
So what we're also witnessing is these senior programmers who haven't taken the time to find an apprentice, or maybe nobody wants to be an apprentice to these senior programmers to actually learn. these high level programming styles, if that makes sense. Because a lot of that stuff was an industry standard. Like you needed that back then
Like
for at least to make your game stand out.
What needed what?
Like the environmental destructions.
Oh. It depends.
Yeah, like
depends on the game. Yeah.
Because what I mean, because at one point, all those games had that. Like that was just the standard. Even at one point, Tony Hawk Underground had a part where you could get into a car and drive. Like remember, at one point, every game was trying to be like Grand Theft Auto San Andreas.
like Tony Hawk Underground 2 or something.
Yeah, it was one of those. Yeah, you can get in the car and drive.
But it's interesting. I'm looking at this game now, and if I pause at any point in the combat, I can't really differentiate it from fucking Dragon Age. Even where the character's positioned on that side of the screen, like slightly to the left, it's exactly the same.
Well, that's because it's Unreal Engine. That's the main thing.
No.
We should admit that.
No. It's just like we said. There's a lot of similarities in these action games.
Yeah, bad game design. Bad game design.
Good lord. But yeah, in terms of good
game design? Is that good game design? What we with this right now?
What?
Like,
well, him getting stabbed? I don't know.
Or is that very typical?
I have no idea. It's one of those things where I'm sure if you pick this game up and you put your hands on it, you just mash square or some shit, and it gets everything done.
Well, like you were saying, I apologize.
But in terms of like culture war thing, I hate to say this, but it's another one of those things we'll have to wait and see how that goes.
Yeah, it's a nothing burger.
What happens with these studios if they change their hiring practices, if they try and appeal to average consumers more rather than fringe ideologues. I don't know.
Yeah, because I don't think it's going to be a mass shift,
No,
like it's going to happen overnight. No, it would happen already. No, like these people are, like you said, they're still in their positions regardless, Some of the companies want them to stay because like I've said before, some of those games were successful,
Yes.
and it it actually opened up an avenue for a different group of players. So
at the end of the day, if the game
why
is
do they
good,
want to lose those customers?
You're gonna make your sales, right? It's a combination of the game is bad, and you also have these messaging things that you're doing, which is gonna piss people off, especially if it's a more narrative game and you're like changing lore and it's like established fans. So you're gonna get more pushback from that for sure.
I don't think they're actually gonna follow through with any of the stuff. I don't think anybody should be up in arms crying about it. I think everything's gonna be fine.
Right.
Game wise, like we'll see. If there's like a major shift where we'll see like another Duke Nukem style game, like that gets released, and then I'll tell you, like it shifted completely. All right.
Whoa! Just out of nowhere, Duke Nukem game drops tomorrow.
Yeah, like if it does, like then I'm like, okay, yeah, like we're back. We're back to the old days.
We are so back.
But other than that, no.
We brought up briefly Monster Hunter Wilds, so let's get into this trailer we have here. Are you ready for this awesome trailer?
Yeah, but I mean, we brought it briefly, but it still relates to what we were talking about. Like look at this game now. Look what this game evolved into. Funny enough, it was a standalone package. We had the Monster Hunters 1 and 2. And then eventually they wanted to take advantage of the online capabilities where you can have more than one player playing with you on a hunt, so they decided, let's
the
move
first game had online. It was one of the first online PS2 games.
Yeah, it was one of the first online PS2 games. That's right. You're absolutely correct.
So it's always been a part of the DNA of this game.
That's true. And then eventually they moved it to the DS, right? And I think it was 4-player hunting that you can do, right?
Well, it was always 4.
It was always 4, even on the PS. I thought it was only 2-player hunting on the 4.
Nope. The PS2 version, the online part, was essentially like a light MMO.
Ah, cool. I see.
And it basically hasn't changed much, really. Even to this even to Wilds now, the online component is still fundamentally the same. You get your 4 people and you go and get stuff, kill the monster, bring back the loot. Very straightforward.
Do you think that they'll ever evolve from the 4-player formula?
They have experimented with that a lot already. And
Is that like the Korean
it hasn't
ones
been great.
About?
To be honest, I think 3 is the preferable amount of players.
3?
Yeah.
What is it? Makes it too easy to kill the monster?
The monster gets distracted by 4, and then you have, like, on screen it's a little noisy.
I see.
But anyway, I just want to watch this trailer real quick.
No, but you didn't let me get my thought out. Like, listen, the evolution of this game, you know, like you said, the online was already the DNA. You can buy all the armors now, all this other stuff. And look what this game is turning into now. You know, where would you call this a live service model?
Well, something in this trailer that might tell us.
All right, put it on, play it. Oh, this is terrible, bro. Why did you play this? What does this have to do with Monster Hunter? That's the only thing I relate to Monster Hunter.
So tasty.
Dead air. A lot of dead air.
I'm pausing the video here. That was a cringe ad, wasn't it? But we're not done yet. Internet connection. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Internet connection required.
Internet connection required at all times? I thought the PS5 already had to be online at all times.
So here's the thing with Helldivers. I believe that game also you need to be logged in to at least the online section. You cannot be offline and play Helldivers. So now the question is, can you be offline playing Monster Hunter?
It's better. Yeah.
Because every Monster Hunter game, except for Monster Hunter Frontier and possibly some other weird titles that I've never heard of, they can all be played offline.
No, I'm fairly positive that this will have an online package. I mean, offline package. I apologize. It's not online package.
It says internet connection required, so I don't know why they would put that there.
I think it's required essentially if you want to play with your friends.
No.
That's why they're mentioning
no. Internet connection required. Period. Online multiplayer requires PS Plus membership.
Wait, can you repeat that for me again?
Internet connection required. Period.
Okay.
Online multiplayer requires PS Plus membership.
Yeah, in order to have PS Plus.
So to play online, you need PS Plus. But before that, they state internet connection required. It's not part of the multiplayer. They have a period here, and it's a new sentence.
Do you believe this game is online at all times?
Yep. I believe you cannot load up this game, hit offline, and play it.
Yeah, but that's a straw man speculation. You know, like
it's a speculation. It's speculation for sure. But Helldivers cannot be played offline.
Like, nah, man. Well, nah. See, you're just picking at the picture, all right? Like, I don't believe Capcom is dumb enough.
I don't believe Capcom's dumb enough. I believe Sony is dumb enough.
And if Sony is that dumb, you know, I don't believe so. No, I don't believe that this game will be online at all times. I
We'll have
think
to
you
wait.
should be
We
a
got
lot.
we got 2 weeks. We'll have to wait and see.
I'm
That'll
not
be
buying this
fun.
fucking game.
I'm
I'm
not
not
buying
buying.
this
Oh
shit
yeah,
either.
you have a PS5, right? You can buy
I'm
it.
not buying this shit. Why would I
I'll
buy
buy
this
it for
shit?
you. I'll buy it
No,
for you. Yeah, I'll buy it for you.
I don't want to play it.
No,
It's not.
come on, we can
It's
do a
not even
review
about
about
the
it.
money. I don't want to. I don't want to touch this game.
You don't want to touch this again. Your dad is
Nope.
you are that disappointed in the company because
Yep.
you're a long life fan.
Yep.
You've been there since the very beginning, huh?
Yep.
And this is your way of protesting.
Give me a minute. Fill the air. Give me a minute.
Give you a minute, fill the air. Ladies and gentlemen, this man is under the impression that the game is going to be online at all times, and I don't believe that at all. I don't think Capcom is that stupid enough to do that. Because I'm able to play Street Fighter 6 offline. I have my offline mode. I'm able to do everything. But why should I have to play Monster Hunter online at all times? No, I should be able to hunt offline. I have very fond memories of hunting offline, especially on the Nintendo 3DS. When I was hunting all the poison variants. And the what was it the gold Raytheon? No, it was Super Blue Moon Raytheons. You know, and then the pink Rathalos. That lore is pretty cool stuff. I'll talk about. I believe the lore is that what was it? They tried to kill the Rathalos. What was it? The Raytheon. And no, it's pink Raytheon. Yeah, it's Rathalos. Yeah, they tried to kill the Rathalos, and they failed. And there was a full moon, and the Rathalos like uh flew in the ray and like into the in front of the moon, and the rays of the moon hit the Rathalos and made it all gold. So the scales like healed it. It was like some crazy constellation mythological event. It was insane. You know, yeah. You know about that, right, man?
I just came back. What? No, about what?
The lore behind the Super Blue Moon Rathalos, the golden one, that's mad strong.
No.
Yeah, that how they tried to kill it, but they failed. But then it flew into the like where the moon is, and then like the moon healed it, like it did like something like.
Oh, is this like Monster
And
Hunter
like
lore stuff?
yeah, it's like this is like
No.
legit Monster Hunter lore. I read it, like that's I was like, yo, this shit is crazy.
No, I never heard of this.
Yeah, it's like yeah, they tried to kill it and they failed, and like when it flew into the moon, and because of that, the rays from the moon, is what gave it its gold scaling.
Mm,
So that's why the gold one is very strong, because that's
very,
one that they tried to kill.
it's very kookily.
Yeah, I had to fill in the dead air. I apologize.
No, you're good.
had to.
That's amazing. So the
Yeah,
reason
but
I got up and left is because I went to go grab my PS2 copy of Monster Hunter.
Okay, his PS2 copies of Monster Hunter. Okay,
have it
what does
here.
it say in the back of it? What does it say in the back of it?
It says
I'm waiting.
customize your character, including name, gender, hairstyle, face, voice, and more, and play online with up to 4. Broadband play only with network adapter. 1 player, analog control, memory card, vibration, network adapter, 4 players, online, Ethernet broadband required. Now, the reason I got it is because I kept something in here when I bought the game, in case I wanted to return it. It's the receipt!
It's the receipt.
On June 8th of 2009, I purchased this from Video Games New York, 202 East 6th Street. I have been playing this game series since 2009. And when I bought this game, I became addicted to it. Hundreds of hours in that game. Played almost every Monster Hunter game after that. So I will tell you right now that I am not touching this game. If you pay for it for me, I don't care. I'm not playing. I'm not installing it. It will sit there.
I don't care.
You will have given Capcom money for no reason.
I don't care. I won't play the game. I refuse to play the game. Terrible game.
I'm not
No
playing it, T.
intelligence.
I'm not playing that game, T. Chrissy, I got it for your birthday. Fuck.
I couldn't even do it. I'm sorry. I can't do it right now. I could do the heavy breathing for you, but I can't do it.
But there's something else in this trailer too. Very cool. I will say the octopus monster does look pretty cool. At least from the footage that I've seen. It's about the only good thing I could say about this film. The other thing about this trailer is vertical stands sold separately for the PS5. They still have this shit on their fucking advertising. They have to make it clear that the vertical stand has to be sold separately. Has to be very clear.
No sense. Makes no sense at all.
I don't understand this company. It's a very bizarre company.
Listen here, Vic. Monster Hunter. It's a good game, Vic. You know what we're gonna do? We're gonna get 5 different PS5 Vics. We're gonna get one for me, for Mom. We're gonna find 3 other schmucks. We're gonna play Monster Hunter with us. That's what we're gonna do, Vic. Come over here, Vic. Let me lick your ear. Oh my God. Listen, man. I highly doubt that this game is gonna be online only.
We'll see. We got 2 weeks, I think, or a month. I don't know how long. There is some amount of time. But should we talk about this real quick? Real quick for a little bit. We talked briefly about the Switch 2 on the.
But did it play it? Do you think it was a safe?
But that episode's not out yet.
That episode's not out yet. But I'll tell you this: do you believe that Nintendo played it safe by releasing the Switch 2 in the way that they did?
I think. Should I tell the joke that I told on the anniversary? It's gonna ruin the joke for the anniversary episode if I tell the joke.
It's gonna. Hey, you might as well say. Who cares?
It's insane to me that the Zoomers got the Switch 2, but we never got the Nintendo 65.
Insane.
Dumb joke. Sorry.
Wah, wah, wah.
So, Nintendo plays it safe. Good. Nintendo's Switch 2, big twist is that it plays it safe. Nintendo's controversial next-gen prices. So I guess they're saying here that the Switch 2 is $500. I don't know. I don't know what this console is supposed to be. The Switch already exists, and if it's not cheap, I don't think it's gonna push numbers during the Christmas bonanza, let's call it. I don't know.
It'll probably sell better than you think. Some people are talking about maybe the Switch 2 has a hidden mechanic that Nintendo hasn't talked about yet. I believe is the mouse mechanic that they briefly showed off in the video. If you watch it closely, when they were moving the controllers face down. Just people are saying it's possible there's a mouse mechanic. Who knows? Nobody really knows yet. I do like the magnet thing that they're doing, so it won't mess up the controls. I remember a lot of Nintendo Switch controls back then were getting stuck if you would put them in the wrong side. You know, so that's pretty cool. You're gonna watch the Switch reveal video again?
I never watched it the first time.
Oh, you never watched it the first time? I thought we did. I thought we did review this.
No, well, I tried talking about it while you were kicking your legs under the table.
Oh, my baby bed. And a little beanie. Had my little baby beanie. Fuck you.
It's got a stand in the back. That's cool. I don't know what that was supposed to show. It changes colors.
Yeah.
Oh, I hate this. I hate this trailer so much. I don't know what the hell I'm seeing.
Yeah, I want to see where's this so-called mouse mechanic they were talking about.
It's taking so long just to show this. I don't understand what I'm looking at. It's like, I get it.
I just want to hype you up.
I get it. It's a controller.
There we go. Yeah, that's the thing they were showing off there.
What?
You see why they're moving it like that?
Huh?
Yeah, that's supposed to be the mouse
Oh.
mechanic. That's supposed to be the hidden mechanic that nobody figured out.
This is real schizo stuff now.
Yeah, it's supposed to be a mouse mechanic that they're
I mean, it is
apparently.
prominently showed here, but so is everything else.
So, I mean, who knows? But yeah, it's supposed to be like a mouse mechanic in the
I
Switch.
don't
This is
think. I
supposed
think
to.
that's gonna mess up the buttons or something if you do it that way. I don't know.
We'll see. We'll see.
Click, click, snap, snap, unsnap, snap. Nintendo Switch 2. Flashy big band music. Here we go.
Yeah,
The
but this
Mario
is
Kart with like 8 players or whatever the fuck. Oh no, what is it? 16?
yeah, 16 apparently. Yeah. Some people said if it's 16 player Mario Kart, is it going
The
to be
thing
16
about
player Super Smash
this
Brothers?
commercial is they're showing off tech that was impressive when the Switch came out. It's like, oh look, the controllers come off. It's like, yeah, we know that about this fucking Switch. You don't have to show it 8 times. I get it. The controllers come off.
But we don't know yet. What if it's going to be like the Wii, and they're going to bring back all the Wii games?
I mean, doesn't it already do that?
I think so. But when's the last time you actually played a game where you actually swung it like a nunchuck?
I don't want to.
Yeah, I guess that's pretty much it.
It's
I mean,
unfortunate, and people are speculating that the reason why we even got a Switch 2 is because the person and the CEO of Nintendo is some other guy who's like a business guy, and it's no longer the guy who made the Switch and maybe the Wii U, where it's
yeah.
like he was a kind of an innovator type guy, whereas the guy in charge now is more like a business oriented type of guy. So
Yeah.
Switch 2, Switch 3, Switch 4, who knows what's going to happen with this company now. It's a little weird
We'll
because
see.
Nintendo is known for their innovation, and this is anything but innovation. This is playing it by the numbers, and like that little image said, Nintendo plays it safe. Good. Is it? We'll have to see in the long term.
Yeah,
I don't
we'll
know.
see. Because especially with all the new Asus ROGs that are coming out, and the different Snapdragon chips, like yeah, it's getting really fucking serious right now. Like who knows? This could be Nintendo's third blunder,
Could be.
because Virtual Boy was a blunder.
Wii U.
The Wii U, yeah, the Wii U was like definitely the second blunder, and now the Switch too. So who knows?
All right, let's shift gears to some of our last and final topics.
Like what?
Multiverses.
Oh no, man! This relates. What you should have done is left a Nintendo Switch last, because this actually relates to what we were already talking about earlier about the
That's
purpose
fine. We're
behind
bringing
these.
it back.
All right, the purpose behind these live service models. These games that get released. Where they're hot for maybe the first month or two. Or maybe they're hot during the beta phase, because that's what happened with Multiverse. This game was released. Originally as a beta, they had all these characters that were available. People were very excited. They thought it was going to be the Smash killer, and people was saying it is going to be the Smash killer if it goes with down the right track. But unfortunately, because of corporate greed, and other powers beyond us, they end up turning this game nothing more into slop. They slowed down a lot of the things that made the game fun and fast.
Like
And
what?
then it became this. This game is apparently in the beginning. This game is playing like Smash.
Like Melee?
Yeah, it was somewhat, but not fully melee. Not fully melee. It was playing like Smash OD.
Yeah, I think I
And
remember seeing like Batman and kind of flying
yeah,
a little faster than this.
yeah, and they slowed everybody down. You see how this game's like very slow? It
Yeah, it
was
looks
not as
very
slow like this.
slow.
It was a lot
The
faster. This
animations
game was a
don't look
lot
good.
faster.
Because I remember remarking about very good animations from this game, but now I don't know. Doesn't look
And
great.
I think another issue is that people were under the impression that this game was gonna have like a whole tournament circuit, and it kind of did. It was like very short,
I
you
already
know,
got the
and
clown
then
skins on here. Jesus.
yeah, and already yeah, all the different clown skins and everything.
Fucking Christ, man.
Now, yeah, like they kind of went all out for this game, you know, and then
This does
that's
not
it.
look good.
They killed this game for like that one beta moment, you know, and then they brought it back to life, and then they killed the game again. This is the only game in existence, I think, to die twice.
You know,
Can you think?
these character choices aren't great either. Like I'm
No,
seeing
these were good.
this,
Some of them
like
were really good. I'm
the
not gonna
initial
lie.
characters they showed off, good choices. But now I see like a weird banana character and then this Furby thing. You know.
Oh no, that's supposed to be Banana Sand.
But I don't know, man.
Oh, you're watching some tournament on TNS with a bunch of hardcore dudes.
Well, I'm trying to see what the real game looks like, you know, when people are really playing it at its full whatever it's supposed to be. But this just doesn't look good. Am I crazy?
Nah, the game was a lot faster. I keep telling everyone this. Yes, it was.
2 years ago.
Yeah,
Here we go. Here's Batman. Here's Batman. I remember seeing Batman play this is 2 years ago.
Yeah.
We'll see. Am I being a schizo? Okay, yeah. Yeah, the game is looking a little. Yeah, look at him go around. The game looks a little faster to me.
You see how the game looks a little bit faster? Yeah.
Yeah, no, the game looks definitely faster.
Way faster. Looks way faster, you see? And people were super excited. People were fucking excited. And remember, this game had a lot of good properties. LeBron James was in this game. What was it? Some of the people from Game of Thrones was in this game.
Oh yeah, right.
Yeah, there was a lot of weird choices in this game, you know, because it was all the different Warner Brother properties, and they were actually able to compete with Nintendo.
So,
But like I said,
what were you saying? Like I said,
what I was gonna say is that these suits got in the fucking way, you know, and I think another big issue is the licensing overall, because how long did they actually have the licensing for some of these characters? Like I understand WB owns them and stuff, but like for like the people developing it, you know, and everything else.
I don't imagine that being a problem since Warner Brothers owns the properties.
I don't know, man.
So, Multiverse has released a tweet. Says, it's been an incredible ride. MVPs.
What the company said.
Thank you for all the support. For more details, please visit our blog post. Season 5 will serve as the final update for Multiverses beginning 2/4/25 and ending in 5/30/25. After Season 5 ends, players will be able to enjoy the game offline for the foreseeable future.
For the foreseeable future. Key word. Because by next year, they can be like, oh, we're going to shut the servers down.
Well, it says they can play it offline, so. Unlike Monster Hunter.
Maybe they'll delete the game off your PS5.
Maybe they'll take it off the store. That's probably what they're likely to do.
They probably will take it off the store, huh? So if they take it off the store, what does that mean for the licensing? Which is why I brought up that point once again.
Well, once they take it off the store, they don't really have to worry about that shit. Licensing-wise. Because they have done that to a few games that I own on Steam. It's like, it doesn't have the store page is gone, you know? But I have the game. And I can play it.
No, I understand.
Maybe even online with some of these games. But yeah, this game died twice essentially, right? Do you know a little bit more of the history?
Yeah, it died.
Because I don't really. I know they had like a whole bunch of betas and shit. I don't really understand what the hell's going on with this game.
The beta was a big deal. They were slowly releasing characters. I remember when everyone got excited when the characters got leaked. People were losing their fucking minds, especially on 4chan. They were calling Mr. Smash Killer very early on. then they finally released the game and they started releasing characters. Like I think a lot of those releases at the time period were tying in with something like the movie properties that were being put out in theaters or on Netflix. You know, what was it? Space Jam 2 was another one that just came out.
Mm.
So it's just, you know, everything's related. You know, who knows how well this game really performed? You know, do we actually have the numbers? Can you look that up real quick? You know, like
Was it a game you had
rent
to
on the
pay
sun.
for, or is it just like
That's another thing. You know, I don't know. I think
I
because
have no idea.
they were saying some people were paid the premium price. I think for multiverses.
Free.
Oh, it's free, but wasn't there like a DLC incentive or something?
I don't see any DLC.
Is there in-app
There's
purchases?
probably in-app purchases for like skins and
Yeah,
shit.
that's
Oh, they
probably what
got
it is.
Raven
Because
on
there's
here. Damn, that look cool.
yeah. Not recommend.
Anti-consumer mechanics and just a general lack of polish and direction. The game had a ton of direction. Sorry, the game had a ton of potential, but it just couldn't get itself out of the hole it was actively still digging, even when it was trying to climb out of it.
Damn, it sucks.
I was someone who played this game since the beta, and I would usually game from time to time, but it isn't really the game that had huge amounts of potential that I and many people expected. In short, it focuses more on being a simplified Smash Bros. For casuals, even though Ultimate is already good enough for a one-time purchase. Especially with other platform fighters that have one-time purchases and free-to-play, Brawlhalla are great games with huge community support behind them. This is one game that time and time again has never listened to anything the community it's had to say to improve the game overall and just went by. You know what would be really funny that morning? It's
Oh
come back to
shit.
bite them in the ass at how much of a massive fumble this game became overall, with huge amount of funds you'd have to spend on the game for characters alone. Oh boy. So I guess they had paid
Yeah.
character shit. I mean,
Mm,
Brawlhalla has that too, you know, but I guess it's too expensive for people. I don't know. Many of the people that have worked on it did put a bunch of effort into animations, models, music, and so much for this to be good, but the mismanagement of the project to become this monetized mess. So now it's going offline without any more new characters. Essentially, shit all over all of the people that paid money to own and any of all future characters. They paid money and ran. No more updates, no more support. You get what you get in the game as quick as this game came to obscurity. So everyone else that even supported this game competitively. It's a little bit of a hard to read post by this guy, but it does paint a picture, certainly, with what happened to this game. Let me see if we can pull up the store for this game. Okay, let's say
oh, and then
I want to buy this guy. How much is this?
people were buying the premium founders pack just to have instant access to the open beta. So a lot of people were pissed. So they thought that this game was going to continue to be supported. So I can imagine. They probably threw a lot of money in this fucking game.
Gold coins. I love when games do this. Whole bunch of fucking random currencies.
Because they want you to buy the currency in the game.
Oh my god. Real money, people. I'm sorry. Fill the air while I look this up.
No, yeah. This is, but what you're pointing out is the reason why microtransactions for these live services are terrible models for these games. You just want to milk the consumer for all its fucking money. You know why? It's like I have a costume for the game. Just give me the fucking game that I can play. Why should my game be online all day, every day? You know, there should be an offline model. And if you do provide me with an offline model, you should be able to take the game off away from me. You know, delete the game from my computer. You know, because then if I lose it, you know, I'm gonna be able to download it again if I can't access the main page. It's the main thing that sucks.
Dead air. Keep filling the air, man. I'm trying to find this info. You there? Did you die on me? You're dead. He died. Ladies and gentlemen, rest in peace. My co-host, he has officially died. He will no longer be on this show. We're going to get a new co-host since he's dead. We're renaming the show to me and previously that dead guy. Any future donations, please do not send them to his family. Send the donations directly to me, and I will make sure that his corpse remains dead. Are you there? Hey, what's going on? All your stuff is dead? You lose battery? You lose charge? But yeah, sorry folks. A little bit of technical difficulties here. Let me just pause for a moment. We'll get back to the show.
What the fuck are you doing?
Welcome back to the show. You're alive.
Pause,
You were filling the air while I was trying to look for the prices on this shit. And I guess it's $10 for 10 Gleamium. Whatever the hell that shit means.
And Gleamium, what does that even mean?
So let's see how much Gleamium it costs to buy a character. Okay, so it seems like it's judging by this. Is it making you pay for skins the same price for the character itself? It's so confusing. Oh, here we go. Yeah, so about $10 for each character. And how many effing characters are in this game?
Too many.
Jesus Christ, hold on.
It's like over 50.
This is a rabbit hole we just unlocked. I didn't realize we were going to get into this.
Has to be over 50 characters. So let's count them. How many?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Wait, is this
So it's going by sevens.
Wait, no, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4. 8 times 4. Damn it, not 8 minus 4, you fuck. 33, it's got?
33?
Yeah.
So what's 33 times 10?
A lot. It's like $300.
How much? $300? How much? No, what's the actual number?
330. But
Yeah.
I have to assume you get a free character, right? Or maybe they're in rotation and you get none.
All right, so they're expecting you to pay $400 about just to get
That's not including every character. That's not including skins, which seem to be more expensive, by the way.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, but this character roster kind of sucks too.
They robbing motherfuckers, bro. They rob. So you mean to tell me there's people out there that spend $400 on this game?
For reference, I believe the Brawlhalla characters are the same price. Am I wrong? I fucking hate these fucking conversions. Just tell me how much in real money. ChatGPT, help me out.
Nah, man, my AI, bro.
No, stop logging in. They put the button right there. $8. All right, this is fucking expensive in this shit too.
I'm mad this is the future. It's a glorified Google search.
It's a fucking Google search.
Yeah, it's a glorified Google search.
$6. Also, it's cheaper in multiverses? I'm so confused.
Nah, man, it's probably a lie. It's probably lying to us now.
I don't know what's going on.
Ask ChatGPT if it's gay. No, are you gay?
Oh, fuck this. All right,
Nah,
here we go.
man.
ChatGPT. Are the prices gay? ChatGPT says, I see what you mean now. If you're asking what the prices in those games are gay, I'd say it's more about being frustratingly expensive than anything else. Definitely a bit much at times. Damn, even ChatGPT agrees with the Steam
That's
users.
insane.
It's
That's
a
insane.
little too expensive, as in gay.
That's insane.
I think the Street Fighter 6 characters are like $5, I think. Something like that.
I don't even know. I spent $100 almost on Street Fighter 6.
I hate these models now for unlocking characters. It pisses me off to no end.
The game was a waste of time, money.
Well, we had another article, I think. I guess we'll end it with this. After all that nonsense. A bit of a clusterfucked show that we just had. But let's end it
No,
with
it's
this.
funny because, like I said, it relates to everything that we said. Because this is one of those games that they were under the impression that was going to have somewhat of a live service model. They were going to continue adding DLC to this game, or seasons almost. Remember?
Yeah.
And they wanted to have that tournament series for this game. But unfortunately, this game died within I want to say season 0, not even season 1, because this game died before it even came out. You know, especially with the announcement of Dragon Ball Fighter Z.
Oh, God, it was
And
that long? Oh, did you die on me again? He died on me again.
blamed it on me so you could take a piss.
What? I didn't blame anything on you.
Mother-
Look, man.
Motherfucker.
All right, what were we talking about?
What I was saying is that, you know, in a sense, Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite and Multiverse are not too different at all. And it's funny because one's Marvel, one's DC. Haha, but that's besides the point. And we're seeing a very similar story. MVCI died, you know, now being brought back to life because of this mod that's been recently released by Maximilian, you know, collaboration with him and some modders, you know, who managed to crack open to the game. They gave it a brand new UI. Oh my God, that was terribly loud. You know, my ears.
Your ears.
Yeah, no, I'm fucking with you. But yeah, they gave it a brand new facelift. You know, made the characters all nice and cute, I guess. It made it more of a
Nice and
2.5D visual. It's actually terrible. You know, I'm not even gonna lie to you. The visual style, it's still bad. Still bad. You want to know
It's
why? Because
better,
it's not
but
new MVC3.
it's not
Yeah,
great.
it's better. It's tolerable. It's not great. Yeah. It's tolerable. It's not great. And at the end of the day, it's still MVCI. MVCI is a terrible game.
Yeah,
You know,
they gave the game the fourth strike treatment. They like gave a little bit more things for people to play with, but they didn't change the fundamental aspects of the game at all.
yeah, the game is still terrible. It didn't change anything at all.
For which they had a lot of information about how to make it a better game.
You know, they wasted it, which is funny because they did give the game a what is it? A patch.
That's what I'm
Technically,
saying.
patch
They
the
did
game.
the fourth strike treatment. They like changed a few things for some characters, but like fundamentally, it's the same game.
Yeah, it's the same. Yeah, it's nothing's really changed. They want this game to be the official version of how to play the game, but some players aren't playing ball. They would rather be on the older version.
Really?
Yeah.
Who's playing this game?
Yeah. The 4 idiots that's playing it, and one of them wants to be a contrarian. You know, that's all.
4? God. I don't really understand why they decide. Well, let's read some of this article anyway.
No, why would I read this fucking article? These people from, what was it, Rolling Stone?
The
are being
Rolling
very
Stone. Okay.
You know, the fact that the Rolling Stones even wrote this article about MVCI because they wanted to have a conversation with Maximilian and the person who so-called helped mod this game. I just wanted to, what was the purpose of this article? You know, what are they really trying to accomplish? What a good mouthpiece for
Max
Maximilian?
dude is on the Rolling Stones. He gets to put up
What
that
the
poster in
fuck
his
is what
house.
the fuck does he do for the FGC? Let's talk about those FGC payouts. Why is that the players are getting paid so little? But the commentators are being paid so much. You know, where's the money going? Huh? Where's the fucking advertisement money going? Chipotle
Dudes! Gotta
every
pay my
13
commentators,
seconds.
dudes.
Chipotle every 13 seconds when I'm watching a match. You know, there's a Chipotle ad in the fucking street fight. What's going on here?
You get
Somebody
hit,
saying shit.
Deadpool picks up a Chipotle sign, and he hits
Yeah,
you
what the
with it.
fuck, man? What the fuck is going on here?
Wow! Well,
I just want. It's a very disingenuous article, all right?
I
But if you
think-
want to read the article,
I
perfectly
think
fine.
you are a piece of human filth, and therefore I will read the article. Maximilian Dude. Wait, sorry, I didn't read the headline, sorry. This weird font. Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite was a flop. Here's how fans saved it. Maximilian
What do you mean fans
Dude
saved
knew
it?
he
What
could make
fans?
the
No,
game
pause.
better,
Pause.
but he didn't
What
just
fans?
know how much help he would need.
What fans saved this fucking game?
The fans, dude.
What fans? Who? Who's
What
trying to
am I fucking looking at? Dude! Maximilian Christensen, better known to fans on YouTube and Twitch star Maximilian Dude, stares at his monitor in bewilderment, a flurry of Twitch chat messages buzzing up the screen.
Really?
I don't
That's
know.
how they're going to start the
And then there's all of this, which, if you choose to read this, will drop your IQ by 5 points.
Oh my god!
I hate how they write articles now. It makes no sense. There are some expectations. Marvel vs. Capcom 3 didn't make the cut, while Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite, much maligned latest entry in the crossover fighting franchise, also remained in the vault after development ceased in early 2018. Christensen had Infinite covered, though. A month earlier, he announced he'd gathered a team of modders to create what would be eventually named Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite Beyond.
No,
An ambitious mod project offered free of charge, which included a complete overhaul of the game's graphics, new modes, and balance changes across the entire roster of playable characters.
complete hogwash, because if I tell the actual story of what happened, I'm afraid of being canceled, in terms of naming names and so forth. So no, that's a hogwash in itself. Like the people that were actually in the modding scene, the people that were actually opening up those games at that time period, they know what happened. And like I said, there's some people who have speculated, it's all speculation, none of it is true. Nobody confirmed any of it, that it's possible that the UMVC 3 guys were reached out by Max and they possibly wanted to do a project with them. They said no. They found this one person who was by himself working on the MVCI modifications, because there's still videos of it early on Twitter. I believe some of it got privated, but some people did download it and posted it up on YouTube talking about it, where he was doing like the small facelift of the game. And all Maximilian really did is provided the funding and I believe other programmers to work with him to speed up the process. Let's really talk about this shit.
The worst part about this is that they didn't really touch the backgrounds that much. They still look like garbage. It looks even more out of place now. Oh, God.
They thought that this visual facelift was going to be a good idea, for this game.
It's
when
better,
the game was
but
already dog shit.
It's not great. It's like
The game wasn't good to
from
begin
Street Fighter 5 to Street Fighter 6 or whatever. It's better, but it's still bad.
It was never
Alright.
a good game to begin with.
What if Infinite was cool? Despite the overall public opinion of Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite, it always held a special place in Christensen's heart. In his mind, it was a follow-up, not the most recent to release Marvel vs. Capcom 3, but instead a game further back in the timeline. Alright, here's and you already stated this, but here's the thing. What exactly stopped him from modding Ultimate Marvel vs. Capcom 3? And why didn't he mod that instead of Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite, which if his goal is to kind of revitalize the community, why would he choose an inferior game like Infinite? One that people didn't like, and two, one that the install base of the game was much smaller, so your mod automatically is not given to as many people.
Well, some people claim that he did that maybe for safety purposes, maybe some type of legality, since the mod is free, and since a lot of people don't really play the game as much. It's not where Capcom or Marvel could be under a microscope looking at Maximilian and the team.
They would be
Or
looking
at
at
least
him
a
regardless, no matter what game it was, 3 or Infinite.
Yeah, but the reason why I'm pointing it out, because then some people are suggesting that maybe that this was done on purpose, and they're trying to see how strong his brand name actually is in terms of bringing new sale to this old game, and if the community will actually follow suit with it. So it's a very interesting dynamic of what's happening here. Like I said, the game is shit. More people would rather play UMVC 3. And that's pretty much it. I can't think of
that
any
is
new
a
players.
nasty chart to look at.
Yeah, that little bump right there.
Here's a little bump, and then
Why? Just to play the
nothing.
new mod? Because people realize, it's the same shit. Nothing changed. This game is terrible.
So the game went from 56 players, and then it bumped up to 1,000. So he got, of his 40,000 viewers or whatever, he got a couple of them to actually bother with this shit. Most of them are just waiting for him to play Final Fantasy VII regurgitated again, maybe.
Oh, shit.
And then it dropped down to a quarter of that, essentially.
So how successful was the mod? How successful was the mod? How much money did he actually spend to work with these people? For all we know, he wanted to work with this little team to show Capcom good faith. And they could be like, guys, please let me be a part of the development team. Look at these people that I came up with. Look at this facelift that we did for and the Japanese are just like, just laughing at him.
In the second month of this game's life, it reached the same number that it did when this mod came out. So this game was a dud from the start, tapered off, remained at the same player count for a long time. The mod brought it back to its initial amount, which I guess is impressive, right? If you think about it.
Yeah.
Because it essentially started out from this number.
It brought back all the old people. Actually, no, it brought back all the people that actually purchased the game. They was like, you know what? I already have the game. Let me try it out.
Let me try out the mod. Here's the mod. Okay, looks cool. And then they turn it off again.
Yeah, they turned it off again. That's it.
I mean, it's kind of depressing that this game released and the peak player count was less than 4,000. That's not a good sign.
And mind you, this game is available. I mean, the mod itself is available only for the PC version. I don't think you can play this mod on PS4 or on Xbox.
That's probably a way to do it, right?
So what were they really trying to accomplish in terms of new player count? The game's a bust. The bust. Bust the bust.
The game's on sale right now for $8. So if you guys
Going to
watching us are so inclined, you can also join in on the fun. So what if Infinite was cool? I like how this is here, but they didn't really change anything fundamentally about the game. It's like if I were to mod Street Fighter 6, they're like, oh man, I have the opportunity to mod this shitty game that everyone hates. And then no one talks about the gameplay in any kind of reverence at all ever. What should I do here? Let me not change anything fundamentally and give some characters some new combos. Thanks.
They weren't going to change anything. They're a bunch of script kiddies, man. They just want to make the game look nice. That's it.
It's like every time I see an indie fighting game pop up, and this is no congrats to you for working on something. But this is no dig personally. This is gonna be some shade I'm throwing, and take that however you want to take it. No offense, but Every time I see like an indie fighting game somewhere, every time I look at it, there's like, oh, here's our new indie fighting game, and immediately they're showcasing some like 80 hit combo. And I'm like,
No fundamentals.
Cool, dude. You made all the hits in that combo connect. Wow.
Yeah, no fundamentals whatsoever. You didn't even show me a burst mechanic. You just showed me a touch of death combo. That's all you showed me.
Well,
Impulsive. It's like these are supposed to look good. Like these new UIs, you know. I guess, but the game still plays the same.
I don't mind. I don't mind the visual stuff too much. It's fine.
A waste of time and money.
But they changed nothing about the game, and like the ship has sailed now, right? They can't say here's version 2.0, guys. It's over. It's done. If you wanted to make sweeping changes to how the game fundamentally works, you should have done that from the start. Because now no one cares. This already released. It's done.
Look how old this. Look how long it took for this article to finally get released.
This bump, if they release a 2.0, this bump will be less than half of this number.
You know?
Unless it's like the greatest thing on earth and everyone talks about it.
Yeah, right.
But that remains to be seen. Version 2.0, we added some more combos for this guy. Well, we left it on such a negative note at the end of the show. We sound like a bunch of haters.
No, that's perfectly fine. I like that. You know? It's better than the grifters on X.
No matter where you are, even if you're on the distance line.
Go buy Virtua Fighter 5 Revo on Steam right now.
No matter who you are, our spirit will not fade.
You want to leave the viewers with anything else?
Your heart. I'm gonna sing the song. I'm gonna sing the song for the hold on.
We're gonna do this for 3 minutes.
Nah, that's it, man. This is a good song.
What do we have for the fans next time?
We're gonna
What should they expect?
What should they expect? I'm gonna route them.
You gonna route them? Nice.
Yeah, I'm gonna route them. I'm gonna do more routing videos.
Yeah, that anniversary stuff. I gotta edit that.
And then eventually we'll get back into the FGC history. We're gonna do it, guys. Don't worry.
That's like 3 hours of editing for me of content. It's gonna be like 8 hours of work. That's my guess. Maybe 6 to do it efficiently.
That's what you get when you want to route enemies.
Yeah. All right, guys. Thanks for watching. I'm sure nobody watched up until this point, but I appreciate you guys
Awesome.
regardless. We'll be back next
Awesome.
week with some more stuff.
Dope.
See you later.
Oh,